Hi and welcome back to the channel. When I think about virtual instruments, I always think about recreation of the classics or virtual libraries with beautiful samples, but really not of a living room with a cozy lighting. This is Hearth Hollow, a library by an artist called Hunter Rogerson that, according to himself, was targeting independent artists and songwriters. But for me, this is simply a very inspiring instrument to be played with a very good taste user interface, of course. What you see here now, it's me changing the bleed parameter, which bleeds the microphone between this folk musician ensemble that are playing together in my living room. Each letter represents one of the instruments, and now I'm trying out different presets, which are basically telling how each musician is playing their instrument, which kind of rhythm or pattern they play along with each other. Each individual instruments occupy a part of my keyboard, but part of the keyboard is shared by more than one instrument at a time, and all the keys are sensitive to velocity. But you can mess around and move the musicians to the corners, closer to the center, which is where the main microphone is. So what this does is like increasing the volume and panning the instruments as I go. You can change the instruments individually as well. You don't have to do it according to any preset. You can pretty much mess around with like Rogerson describes, this ensemble of friends playing in the living room. This is not a normal VST plugin because it requires a player for you to use it as a normal VST. This lightning effect is simply beautiful. Here I have reverb for the individual instruments as well. So I still struggle a little bit with the player here and my DAW to record this properly. But I hope you get a taste of how does this instrument sounds like even from my screen capture here. But like I was saying, this instrument is simply inspiring because it shows you how the artist can go from the musical aspect of this folk ensemble of musicians playing in a living room and getting this whole atmosphere also aesthetically into the user interface. But you can already see just by playing and holding a few chords, you can get this whole atmosphere, and that can serve as a basis for a whole composition. But the author's intention was not to use this in a big mainstream production, orchestral soundtrack of any kind. He said it was meant for independent artists. And it's just beautiful. The library is relatively affordable. Of course, it depends on your pocket your moment. But yeah, I will leave the links on the description on how can you download this instrument if you feel interested. And in the card above, I will leave a link to the YouTube video where Roger describes his instrument. It's super inspiring. I myself am not a professional producer, but I totally see myself using this library as a basis or layering for whatever composition I can come up with. That's the folk pop preset. You see how the musicians are organized in the room. And it has another articulation for the instruments as well. So when you hold the chords, they play in a different way. But the sensitivity is also nice. If you hammer the keys, you get more plucked sounds. The cello sounds. Yeah, it's all of them together playing that makes the magic. Wow. And even if you're not a super skilled keyboard player, as you can see, you can hold a basis for a song. Here I'm changing how one of the musicians play with their rhythm, and there's a lot to explore. I'm trying out as I'm talking to you guys. This was just a short video. I hope it was interesting for you guys as well. Let me know in the comments if you would like to have a plugin playlist. If you have tried the plugin yourself, what were your impressions? And leave a like and subscribe if you like this video and want to receive notifications about more content like this. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.